episode 8 of the Tink and Bobble podcast. I'm Sierra, and I live here in southern Indiana with my husband and my 2 dogs. One of which is here with me up on the bed over there. Boomer, come here, buddy. Say hi. Oh, yes. What a good boy. Normally, let's see if I can get my phone to stand back up. Normally, they're not in the bedroom, but Josh, my husband, took our other dog, Evie, for some fun out in the woods because she's our outdoorsy pup. So I'm here with Boomer. This podcast is coming to you very impromptu because I wasn't planning on filming today, but then when Josh and Evie left, I realized I would have a quiet house and a little bit of daylight left to film. So I am a little bit late for my new schedule of uploading every 2 weeks because we were out of town this past weekend. Normally I film on weekends because I work during the week. We were out of town up at the lake this past weekend to celebrate Josh's grandparents' 60th anniversary. That was super fun. The lake is one of our favorite places. His grandparents live up there, and his aunt and uncle actually have a lake house right next door. It's not right on the lake, but in the neighborhood right next to the lake, like walking distance to the lake. And our uncle has a couple of boats, and all the cousins came. It was just a really fun time. My grandparents even made the drive up to the lake. His grandma is called Grammy, and my grandma is also called Grammy, so we called them Grammy A and Grammy J, and the 2 Grammys they just became fast friends when Josh and I got married, which is super sweet, but they don't get to see each other very often because they live 4 hours away. So it was really great that my grandparents got to come up and celebrate his grandparents, and we took all the grandparents on a little tour around the lake. I say we, but my uncle was driving the boat on a little tour around the lake, and it was great. Everybody had a lot of fun. All that to say, I did not film this past weekend, which means there was no video this week, but I'm filming now, and hopefully this will be up in the next couple of days. I just threw together my show notes as soon as I realized that I had time to film. The sun is really bright outside of this window. It's a different time of day than I'm normally filming, so I can't actually see myself in the camera. I hope the lighting is fine. Also, we're redoing some things in the bedroom, so there's like kind of a mess over there. But anyways, y'all aren't here for all that. Y'all are here for the knitting, which, first of all, I hit 300 subscribers. I honestly don't even know what we're at now. 320 something, I think, which is nuts. I'm just gonna keep saying it like every time. It's probably annoying when people on YouTube like freak out at every milestone or whatever, but I don't know. I'm having so much fun. This is like the one thing in my life that I have just done for fun, and it's been like so low pressure, and it's really been fun to see it grow naturally and not have that like weird pressure on myself to perform or like try to hit milestones by certain times or try to make money off of it or something, because I've done a lot of things like that recently. So this has been really nice and refreshing, and to see that much growth and that people are enjoying spending time with me is awesome, and I'm having so much fun. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I'll stop now. Okay, finished objects. I have actually a lot of things to share with you. I have so many things on the needles right now that I had to order more needle tips and extra cords for my interchangeable set because I have multiple projects going that need the same size needle and the same length cord. So yeah, lots to share today. Are you done? Thank you. Okay, first finished object. I said I would be wearing it for this episode, but I forgot because I wasn't planning on filming right now. But Boomer. My first finished object is my Rhodes in tank. Woo! It's been kind of folded up. It was blocked, but I packed it for our trip this weekend, so the hem kind of curled up again. But this is my finished Rhodes in tank by Carol of KC Knitting Co. At the time that I'm filming this, today is June 17th, and the pattern is releasing on June 25th. So if you're watching this before June 25th, oh my gosh. Are you done? If you're watching this before June 25th, then the pattern is not out yet, but as soon as it is out, I will add it to the links down below. I apologize for all of the doggy interruptions. Hopefully he will behave, or this is going to take forever. Anyways, I test knit this pattern using Knit Picks CotLin DK. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm losing my mind because Boomer is so distracting. I test knit this pattern for Carol using Knit Picks CotLin DK in Swan. This top color is Swan and Linen is the bottom color. It's a super cute tank top. It has this color work pattern in the middle to make kind of like a fade. My hem is curling because it needs to be reblocked. This was super fun to knit and I feel like it went very fast. It would have gone even faster if this was the only project I had on my needles. I will insert some pictures that my husband took of me wearing this right here so y'all can see what it looks like freshly blocked and beautiful and modeled. I love, my favorite part is this detailing around the armholes. Hope y'all can see it. It's kind of like ribbing. I'm not gonna like give it away because it's part of the pattern, but it's kind of like ribbing, but it just looks really finished, and then with the increases on the body, so kind of like eyelets, it's just really pretty. It's my favorite part of this whole pattern. The only thing that I had an issue with, which is totally my fault and not the pattern, is you do some, I think I mentioned this last week, you do some increases at the bottom, or not increases, some short rows at the bottom so that you end up with kind of like a curved hem. It's going to be so hard to show it, but the hem doesn't go straight across on the bottom. Instead of going straight across on the bottom, it looks kind of like that. And I did not pull my double stitches tight enough going one direction. I can't remember which direction it was, but one direction when I knit my double stitches, everything looked fine, but then going the other direction when I would knit them, it left a big gap. So there are certain spots where you can kind of see I had to do some like surgery on the back side and pull the loops closed. I'm hoping that my surgery stays put. If not, nothing will unravel. I'll just have to fix the holes again, so at least that's nice. If it comes apart, it's not like my whole tank top will unravel. But that was really the only issue I had. And again, that was just me being kind of a newbie at knitting short rows. Definitely not a problem with the pattern. The pattern's very well written, and it's super fun and comfortable, and I would definitely knit more of these. So yeah, this is the Rhodes End Tank. My second finished object was also a test knit. I'll scoot over so you can see his cute face. My second finished object was also a test knit. The testing period was only for one sock, but since the last episode I finished the second sock. Oh, bye buddy. Oh, he doesn't want to face the camera anymore. I'm just going to see his fluffy butt. Okay. I finished the second sock, and these are my Stepping into Sunshine socks by Jillian Greenspan of What's Jill's Making. Here, I'll show you this side that doesn't have all the pins on it. These have not been blocked, and you've already seen this sock, but I did finish the second sock since the last time I talked to you. So I have two of these. They just need to be blocked, and I've woven in my ends, but I don't trim them all the way down until after I block them. So once I block them, I'll trim all the ends, and these will be ready to wear. Which, fun fact, I have not worn any of my hand knit socks yet because I'm kind of terrified to ruin them. Have any of you also been through this? I haven't posted about this on Instagram yet, but I have so many cute pairs of hand knit socks that I've made already, and I wear socks every day, like even in the summer, because I keep the air conditioning kind of cold in the house. I wear socks around the house every single day, but I'm so terrified, like I don't even want to get my hand knit socks dirty, and like I want to keep them forever, so I don't want them to get worn or like get holes in them, so I just haven't worn them at all. But I know that that's bad because I'm not getting any use out of them. I'm not getting to fully enjoy them if I don't wear them, so I need to just wear them. I almost put on a pair today, and then I psyched myself out of it because I didn't want to ruin them. Let me know if you are also like that with your hand knit socks. One of these episodes I will update you that I've actually worn my hand knit socks so we can all celebrate. But that is finished object number 2, Stepping into Sunshine socks. And I think I kind of mentioned this, but every pattern and yarn and all of that I mention will be linked down below in the description box, as well as my Instagram page and my Ravelry page. So yeah, if there's anything that's not linked down there that you have questions about, you can always message me on Instagram or email me. My email will also be down below. So if you need to find anything, check the description box. Okay, that's all my, I almost said half finished. That's all of my full finished objects. I do have one half finished object. Let me put it on a sock blocker. This is my first finished sock for summer sock camp. If you don't know what summer sock camp is, I will have Kay, the crazy sock lady, linked down below, but I'm sure any of you watching me are already watching her. She's amazing. But I started this pair. Let me go ahead and show it to you. These are my morning coffee socks. The pattern is also by Kay of Crazy Sock Lady. It's kind of a riff on a 3x1 ribbed sock. There's just a little bit more texture and detail in it than a typical 3x1 rib. And I used, this self-striping yarn is from Patons Kroy. It is Patons Kroy sock yarn in the color Midcentury Stripes, and I'm obsessed with it, and this colorway has kind of taken Instagram by storm. Not solely because of me. Bethany from Woolberry Fiber Co. is also knitting socks in this colorway, and yeah, so now everybody's kind of buying this color up because it's so cute. Like, look at these cute colors. I think it's so perfect for summer and like summer camp. I don't know, they just seem like summer camp colors to me. I've had this yarn since I started knitting in October, November, and I've been dying, if you've been watching my podcast, I've been dying to cast this yarn on and make socks, and I finally did it, and one of them is finished. The other one, let me show you, is in my Summer Sock Camp bag by Stolen Minutes. I'll have her link down below as well, although I don't think you can get Summer Sock Camp bags anymore. So here's my second one. I am 6.5 pattern repeats into the leg, and I think I did 10 total pattern repeats for my leg on my other sock. If you are following me on Instagram, you know that I was playing some serious yarn chicken to finish this sock. This yarn comes in 50-gram balls, so I bought 2 because I knew I would need 2 to make long socks. You could probably get away with using just 1 if you were doing shorty socks. But I bought 2 skeins of yarn, 1 for each sock, and I was like, oh, 50 grams, like that'll totally be plenty. Oh my gosh, he's going nuts over here. That'll be plenty for 1 sock. And then I got to like halfway through the foot, and I was like, I really don't know if I'm gonna have enough yarn to finish this sock. And I looked at the ball band, and it was only like 163 yards per ball, which for a typical fingering weight, like 100-gram skein of yarn, you're getting 400 plus yards, so that would be 200-ish yards per 50 grams, if that makes any sense. But these are only 163 yards. So yeah, I played some intense yarn chicken. I will insert a picture of how much yarn I had left after Kitchenering the toe and sewing in the end. I literally had like an inch of yarn left. I just barely made it. So I'm hoping and praying that by some miracle I can do the same thing with this sock, and that I don't somehow end up using more yarn, because I literally have no wiggle room. If I do end up using more yarn and I run out on this sock, I could always get some Patons Kroy, just like plain cream colored yarn, to finish the toe on this one, and then it'll look like it matches even if the colors don't end on the same spot. I could just finish the toe with a cream. But we'll see. Hopefully I can do it with just what I have. That would be great. But anyways, yeah. I'm gonna try to not say, so yeah, these are my whatever. These are my morning coffee socks by the Crazy Sock Lady. That is my only half-finished object, and also my first work in progress of the episode. My next work in progress honestly has not seen a ton of work, because, let me just talk about it first. So this is my, let me get it out of my bag, make as much noise. This is my black sheep sweater. This is another test knit for the Center for Knit and Crochet, which if you don't follow the Center for Knit and Crochet on Instagram already, you need to. They post all kinds of interesting content about just like the history of knitting and crochet, and I think maybe even some like sewing and stuff like that, and like old vintage patterns and all kinds of cool things. But they are right now doing a test knit because they are releasing a pattern for a sweater that Princess Diana wore back in the day. They're calling it the Black Sheep Sweater. I think it's just known as the Black Sheep Sweater. This is what it looked like on her originally, and then someone several years ago came out with a pattern for it so that people could make their own, but the pattern was written more traditionally, so it was knit flat in pieces and then seamed together, and the Center for Knit and Crochet has rewritten the pattern to be knit either flat if you wanted to, or you can knit in the round, which is what I'm doing, just to appeal to more modern knitters, where knitting in the round is more common. So, I got chosen to test knit, and I'm so excited because I am a Princess Diana super fan. I am obsessed. I talked about that a lot last episode. Anyways, I'll quit rambling about all that. The last time I showed you, I think I had just cast on and done like 2 rounds of ribbing. I am still on the ribbing, but I'm almost done. So, the original sweater is knit in red, and I am knitting mine in pink because pink is my favorite color, and pink was Princess Diana's favorite color, so I figured I had to do it in pink. So mine will be in pink, and then the sheep will be white, and then of course I'll have one black sheep for my Black Sheep Sweater. I can't remember, I don't have a measuring tape near me. I can't remember if I'm done with the ribbing or if I still need to do a couple more rows, but the test knit is paused right now because they realized they had some counts wrong, so I haven't really been working on this yet until they get back to us with the updated pattern and everything for the color work chart, but I'm really excited to get working on the color work and knit up these sheepies because they're going to be so cute. I'm so excited. I'm knitting this, let me look at my show notes here. I'm knitting this in Knit Picks Palette, which is a fingering weight 100% Highland wool. And this color, the pink color is blush, the whitish color is cream, and the black is black. I don't have a ball of the black to show you. That's what I'm using. I am knitting the ribbing on a size 2, US 2, 2.75 millimeter, I think. And I will probably end up knitting the body on a size US 4, which is a like 3.5 millimeter. I think the pattern calls for a US 1 and a US 3, but I'm a very tight knitter. Oh my gosh, she's showing off back there. I'm a very tight knitter, so I almost always have to go up a needle size or up a yarn weight in patterns, so I'm knitting mine on a US 2 and 4. And I am knitting the size 40-inch bust, which is I think the size 4. They recommended, I think it's 2 to 3 inches of positive ease. The 40-inch will give me like 4 to 6 inches of positive ease. I just did that to be extra careful because I am a tight knitter and I do want it to be a little bit oversized, not super oversized, but just to hang loose and not be super fitted. So to account for all of that, I just went up 1 size from what I would normally knit based on my bust measurement. Okay, I feel like I said this every week, but I feel like I'm all over the place, but I really do today because I was not planning to film. My hair is dirty. My hair is always dirty when I film. It's whatever. And I just like whipped my show notes together, and Boomer's here and he's distracting, and there are people at the pool and that looks fun, and I'm just all over the place. So if I'm not making any sense, I apologize. Okay, second work in progress has actually been ripped out because I needed the needles for a different project, and I just barely started this one, but like I said in the beginning, I have more needle tips and cords heading my way. They will be here in 2 days, so I will recast this on, but I counted it as a work in progress anyways, even though I ripped it out. But I had started on the outline tank that I'm gifting to someone. I will not say who in case they're watching this video. I had started it and done maybe like 2 or 3 rounds of the ribbing. I honestly had not gone very far, and then I needed the needles to work on, what was it that I'm working on that I needed the needles for? Now I can't even remember. Or maybe I needed the cord. I think I needed the cord. Honestly, I can't remember, but I just ripped it out and I was like, I'll just start over when I get more needles. But yes, this is going to be an outline tank by Jessie May of Jessie Made Designs. I am knitting it in Knit Picks Lindy chain in the color Sagebrush. It's this, I've shown this before, but it's like a chain ply yarn in this really pretty sage green color, kind of like a green blue. Yeah, not much to say about that. Boomer's gonna lift up all the covers so he can tuck himself in. You're gonna tuck yourself in? You got shy? Anyways, there's not much to say about that because I ripped it all out, so now it's just a ball of yarn again. But next time, there will be progress on this. I'm hoping to whip it up very quickly so that the person I'm gifting it to can wear it this summer. We will see. I have a lot of things going right now, so we shall see. The next work in progress, I just barely started. Boomer's sniffing my hair. Lie down, buddy. Lie down. Good boy. I just barely started on the drive up to the lake because I was super excited to start knitting on these, and then I realized that I needed a different size for... I keep talking about things before I show them to you. Okay, my next work in progress is the Little Boxes Socks by Summer Lee Designs. I think Summer Lee Design Co. She's Summer Lee Knits on Instagram. I'm sure you've seen these socks. They're so adorable. I may have mentioned that I was planning on casting these on with this yarn when I showed it last week, or last episode, I mean. But I cast these on the way up to the lake and then realized I needed a size of needle that I didn't have for the color work. So all I got done is the cuff. These are shorty socks, so they have a smaller cuff. I think I did 8 rounds of ribbing for the cuff. This yarn that I'm using for the heel, toes, and cuffs is Knit Picks Hawthorne Kettle dye in the color Daphne. This is the same color I used in mine and my sister's pair of Brighter Day socks. So this was the contrast color on mine and the main color on hers. It's this pretty tonal, variegated-ish pink. I'm using this for the heels, toes, and cuffs. I think I have enough. I weighed, and I think I have enough since they're shorty socks, based on what the pattern says is recommended. And then for the actual color work part of the Little Boxes socks, and I will have inserted a picture so you can see what they look like. But I'm using my June sock set from the Farmer's Daughter Fibers Sock Squad in Summer Sorbet. So I hope this isn't getting super blown out. But this is the sock set for June. I just love it. And this, I don't know how much you can tell when it's all wound up like this, but it has like yellow and pinks and oranges and this super bright fluorescent yellow green and then some like darker green speckled throughout. And it's kind of hidden in the cake, but there's a lot of green in this, like between the fluorescent green and the darker green speckled. That's the most dominant color. So I liked that the mini that came with it is orange, so that brings out more of the like yellow and orange in it. And then I had this to bring out more of the pink. And I think they're gonna be so cute and summery. This is getting so blown out, but I'm really excited about these, but I really wanted to knit them on 9-inch circulars because they're color work and it's just a lot easier than carrying floats across the 2 needles on Magic Loop. And I needed a US 1.5 for the color work. So normally I knit socks on a US 1. I'm knitting the heels, toes, and cuffs on a US 1. That's what this is on right now. But I need to go up a little bit for the color work just to make sure it's not too tight and still stretches over my foot. And I didn't have any US 1.5s on 9-inch. So those will be here tomorrow. And then I can get going on the main part of the sock, which I could not be more excited about. I have a feeling I'm gonna knit a billion pairs of the Little Boxes socks because they're just so cute and the color work is simple. And Summer on Instagram has said that they're addicting and she's knit like 5 or 6 pairs of them for herself. So I'm really excited about those. Hopefully I will have a lot more progress to share with you next time. I'm also knitting those for summer sock camp. So I'm not sure, I haven't really set a goal for myself on how many pairs of socks I'd like to knit this summer for summer sock camp, but I will definitely have a pair done before the end of June. So I think I might be able to do maybe like 4 pairs, at least 3, 1 for each month of the knit along, June, July, and August, but maybe even 4 or 5. Who knows? We'll see. I have a lot of like sweaters and garments going right now. So I forgot to mention I'm knitting the size medium for the little boxes socks, which I believe is a 64 stitch count, which is what I normally do. I might experiment with going up to a 72 stitch count because I am a tight knitter and my 64 stitch socks fit me. Like these are 64 stitches, these are 64 stitches, but I think I might play around with some vanilla socks eventually and see what I like better and if the 72 stitches fits better or if it's too big or whatever. So okay, last work in progress is really exciting. I have not announced this anywhere. Maybe I will talk about it on Instagram before this video goes up. But I'm sure if you watch a lot of other knitting podcasts, you may have seen that a lot of knitting content creators have been partnering with Bellish, the app. Bellish is a like knitwear design app, and you can also follow the patterns on the app. So basically, it's a program where you can go in and they have certain things already laid out for you that you can choose from. So like an adult pattern, a child's pattern, a baby pattern. You can do socks, you can do sweaters, I think you can do hats. And then they have different stitch patterns you can choose from, different like color block options you can choose from, and you basically can build your own pattern. The app is fairly new. I think they just launched last year, sometime in 2020, I believe. So it's still pretty early and the options are kind of limited, but they're growing really fast, and it is really nice if you just want to make your own simple pattern. So I will be sharing the entire process of designing my own sweater and knitting my own sweater using the Bellish app in a video next month, so keep an eye out for that. But I have started the sweater and I will give you a little sneak peek now. It's funny because I'm knitting a worsted weight sweater in the middle of summer and it's going to be a turtleneck sweater, but you know, it had to be done. I could have knit socks using the app, but I really wanted to use a sweater because I really wanted to knit a sweater because I have not finished a full sweater before, and I just thought it would be really fun to be able to create my own. So I'm knitting a worsted weight sweater in the middle of summer. Here's a sneak peek. You can't really see much of it, and I won't go into a ton of details because I'll be sharing about it on Instagram and in that video going up next month. But here it is, my very own sweater. I've just done, this is raglan style, so I just recently connected it in the round. And my raglan increases going, and yeah, making some progress. I don't think I will be finished by the next time that I film, but it will be almost done, and I may or may not show it to you. I might just leave the rest of it as a surprise for the video, but I will say this yarn is Knit Picks City Tweed, I think is what it's called. Let me see, I have a ball to label. Knit Picks City Tweed. This is an Aran or heavy worsted weight, which the pattern on Bellish calls for a worsted weight. But since I'm a tight knitter, this heavy worsted / Aran weight is actually perfect. I got gauged perfectly with the recommended needles with this yarn. This is 55% merino wool, 25% superfine alpaca, and 20% Donegal tweed. I think that's how you say it, Donegal. It is so soft. This is in the color Snowshoe. Oh, it's so cute. I love that it's neutral, but the tweed also gives it some pizzazz because it is kind of a basic raglan sweater that I'm designing for my first time using Bellish. But so far I'm loving this yarn, and knitting with worsted weight yarn. I mentioned last episode and maybe the episode before, Boomer stole a mitten. I don't know if you all caught that. I mentioned last episode and maybe the episode before that knitting with DK weight felt like it went so fast, but y'all, knitting with worsted weight is so fast. Like, obviously, because the yarn is much chunkier, but it's kind of mind-blowing how fast this sweater is moving. I've only worked on this like a day or two, I think. I'm trying to lose stitches right now. yeah, that's my last work in progress, and I know that was kind of vague and confusing, and you probably have no idea what's going on, but there will be a whole video, and if you want to hear more about what I'm doing with that sweater, I will be sharing on Instagram soon. So, that is all of my works in progress. I only have one future cast on because there's a lot of things on the needles right now, okay? A lot of things. I don't know if it's a lot of things to everybody, but it feels like a lot of things to me. And a lot of them have deadlines, either self-imposed or like actual deadlines. So there's only one future cast on, and it is a test knit because I cannot stop. I just love test knitting, and I am test knitting the Cleo Cardigan for Rachel of Rachel Knits Things on Instagram. I am so excited. I love Rachel's patterns. She just started designing patterns a couple months ago, releasing them a couple months ago. And I have been drooling over everything that she makes and dying to test for her, so I'm very excited that I get to test the Cleo Cardigan for her. I will have a picture of it right here. It is a mohair cardigan with mohair held double. I think at least one of the testers is just knitting it on like regular fingering weight yarn, but I have not knit anything with mohair yet, so I had to go with the mohair. And I will show you the yarn that I'm using. I have not started it yet, haven't swatched it or anything, which has been painfully difficult. Excuse you, sir. Hey, stop. Okay, I have not swatched it or anything because I need those extra needle tips that I ordered to start on this, but this is the yarn that I'm using. I have a whole big bag of it right here. This is from Hobbii, I'm assuming is how you say it. I've heard people call it Hobbii, but I'm pretty sure it's Hobbii, you know, like knitting is a hobby? I don't know. Anyways, this is Hobbii Diablo, which is their 30% mohair, 30% nylon, 40% acrylic. It is, I think this is a 25 gram ball of yarn. Yes, 25 grams, 225 meters, 246 yards. And I got mine in the color Dusty Light Blue. It's so pretty. I'm feeling very adventurous. This isn't like super adventurous, but I feel like I'm having fun going a little more out of my comfort zone with colors in my knitting things because the rest of my regular wardrobe is so neutral. I feel like I can just go a little bit crazier with my knitwear items, and then since my wardrobe is so neutral, my knitwear items will match anything that I wear with them. So I'm gonna have a beautiful, soft, cozy, fluffy, dusty light blue cardigan soon. And I'm so excited. You all have no idea how hard it has been for me not to cast this on and swatch and start. Not all, but a lot of the other testers have already started theirs, and I'm just dying to start. But I have to wait for these needles that are coming on Saturday. So I must be patient, but that is my only future cast on. I have so many things. So many things to work on this summer. My needles will be full all summer. I also have no acquisitions to show you other than the yarn that I've already shown you. This is new, and this is new, and I think that's all. Actually, because my sock squad has not come in for July yet, it won't come in until the end of the month. I will say my aunt, while I was up visiting Josh's family, it's my family too, but his aunt made a bunch of these little bags and gave one to me, and I've been using it as a main, like my main notions pouch. Isn't it so cute? It's like this boxed design. It has a handle on the one side and the zipper down the middle, and then the inside has this really cute pattern on it. It's getting blown out a little bit. But yeah, I just have, it's not super full. I could honestly fit a lot more in here. And I have little things of notions in like every project bag, but this is my main like notions bag that goes around the house with me. So I have my needle gauge and my gauge ruler. My measuring tape is in here. I have all my cable needles in here, a crochet hook, my boxes of stitch markers, my like keys and things for my interchangeable needles, some scissors, a pen, a pencil, all kinds of things down in here, and I could honestly fit a lot more in here, but I will count that as an acquisition because my lovely aunt made me this cute pouch. So anyways, I think that's everything. I've been kind of wanting to include some more chatter at the end, but I kind of shared that up front, that we went to the lake this past weekend. It was really fun. I'll insert a couple pictures from the weekend. And then this weekend, Josh will be out of town helping a friend move. But next weekend is our 4th anniversary. So we will be having a little staycation close to home, exploring the downtown area and staying at a nice hotel. And I'm very excited. That will be lots of fun. But I think that's everything. Not a ton of chatter. I feel like this video is pretty long, but it also feels like it flew by and I kind of just wasn't even here for all of it. So hopefully everything made sense. If it didn't, all the links for things will be down below. If you go to my Ravelry page, there should be project pages for everything that I have started. You can find even more information about like if I've made any modifications or anything. If you are enjoying the podcast, I would love it if you subscribed and commented. I love reading your comments. It's so fun getting to talk to you guys down there. And if you're on Instagram, come follow me on Instagram. I am most active on there. I'm on there every day. Even if I don't post, I'm on there every day. And I have loved getting to talk with you guys over there too. So check out all the places you can find me down below. Check out all the patterns and pattern designers and yarn and all of that down below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. That was a horrible wave. Bye. Boomer, come here. Boomies. Come here. You want a treat? You want a treat? Come here. Sit. Sit. Nope. Sit up. Sit up. Sit up. Sit up. Sit up. Nope. Up. Up. Nope. Up. Boomer, sit. Up. Boomer. Come on. Up, up, up. Up, up. Up. Sit. Wave. Wave. No, sit up. Up. Wave. Wave. Oh, good boy. Good boy.